There we go, it's recording.
Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to the Fragments. This is the D&D campaign I'm playing with some friends. We have a new friend joining us today. We have Darren playing Gunther. We are going to introduce Gunther later in the game and bring him in to play. So, we'll just recap where we were last time. You had just left the main track between Esterland and Southgate after having a battle in near some evergreen forest. That was with a beast with tentacles on its back, panther-like, but with 6 legs. And you had made your way down this little track off to the your left, so heading southward, and tied up your cart and horses at the steepest area where it became too shady and too dangerous to take horses down, and had made your way to the cliff edge to peer off. You travelled at night, if I'm right. This one.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're travelling into the night, so and that's where you were pounced upon by the displacer beast, and you found your way to a little cave, and Killian was taking first watch up with the horses because the horses can't come down with you, so someone's got to be up on watch. So at the moment, there was going to be some sort of watch set up, and I'm not sure. Did you take the first watch, Killian?
Yes.
But when you played cards with, yeah, I think we changed it so that you were playing cards with Charlie.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, because at the end of the last episode, it was like you.
Guys.
The last episode, but I'm pretty sure I had a watch.
At the end of the last episode, it ended with you pulling your cards out of your pocket and Charlie saying, "How do you play?" And that's where we finished the adventure. Would you roll your percentage dice? So that's your 2 Killian. That is, sorry. That's your 2 D10s, the ones with the zeros and the 10s on them. Tell me what you get.
You're going to be fleecing poor old Charlie.
No.
Right, 1 D10. That's a D8. 2 D10. So, is that
yeah, big one? Yeah, and then the little one as well.
Yeah.
The one that matches.
The big one always baffles me. That's what I was all right. $6 and 70.
So 76. You have won some gold from Charlie in trying to teach him the game, telling him that he must put down certain amounts of cash to play. You have won from Charles. See how much you've won. I don't think he's got his own little stash. You've won 8. You've won 9 gold off of Charlie in the time that you've been playing with him, since sitting down with him around the fire, starting to play. I'll make sure to minus that off his character sheet when I can access it. And he's saying to you, fascinating game. I mean, so you take the cards and you take my gold. That's how it works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you been cheating, Charlie, or are you playing honestly with him?
It's Charlie. He annoys me. What do you think?
No, you've got to tell me. I'm the DM.
Cheating.
Okay. Make a perception check. No, deception check. I mean, sorry.
All right. Oh, I've got that on here, haven't I? $25 with a natural 20.
Oh, Charlie is convinced that Charlie is convinced that you've been absolutely honest in playing this game, and still a little bit unsure of the rules, but he's absolutely convinced that you have been one of the best teachers at playing this game, and have not in all any way been just fleecing him for gold while you've been playing round fire.
Been playing
Jackson,
Snap.
Yeah.
just playing Snap. Jackson, what are you doing?
I was going to clean my leather on the tentacle from the displaced beast.
Oh yeah.
So I was going to sort of get that ready so I could sort of cure it into leather.
Yeah. So survival on that, then we're going to say, like, to try and see how well you get on with this this piece of displacer beast tentacle.
9.
You are still roll again.
14.
Okay, so you're working on it. It's tougher than you imagined to peel back this leather. You don't snap it as you're doing so, but you've kind of got it about like halfway down. The meat is out, but the kind of the skin is still kind of clinging to it, even with your dagger. Or what are you using to get it off with? Your kobold daggers?
No, I haven't got one of them. It's probably going to be sort of the blade of these hand axe to sort of, basically slice along it and then sort of try and work it along. Yeah.
I think maybe you've got a too big a tool for the job in hand. You're trying to use an axe to peel a snake, which is maybe not the best combination of objects that you are putting together.
I could use a great axe if you prefer.
Your half orc brain is not kind of is the orc part came in and not the other half part kicked in. I will use the axe. And Serial, you're up on the cart. Or where are you in that situation? Tell me where you are. You've got the 2 horses and you've got the cart with the cover top, the sort of cowboy cart.
I've opened the top. So
you're up on the canvas.
On the canvas, yes. Because you know me, I like to be high up and looking out.
Yeah.
So I've climbed up on top of the canvas and I'm sitting cross-legged, sort of trying to get a high vantage point of where we are.
Okay. Can you go on, continue? Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Can you make a perception check for me?
Mm-hmm.
And can you also tell me what your passive perception is on the front page?
I can find it.
Just plus your wisdom modifier or perception modifier.
Sorry, say again.
15.
15, okay. And then just a perception check for me with your in your skills.
22.
22. Wow. Okay. Lovely. So you are above the floor, and there is some of the woodland off to your right-hand side as you're sitting. Are you sitting with your back to the sea, or are you sitting with your face to the sea? Which way are you looking?
Facing the sea.
Facing the sea. So the sea, the woodland that you've just kind of cleared, that was sort of is behind you on your left. All in front of you is the sort of the sea, and with your dark vision you can kind of make out there's a cliff that drops down in front of you. To your right, you begin to hear you feel something rather than hear it, like a rumbling.
That's to the right, yeah.
To the right, so coming from, if you were on the road proper, you'd say towards the direction of Southgate. So you're looking south, and it's to your right, so it's from the west, technically.
Yeah. Okay. Does it feel like it's coming towards us, or is it still too far away to determine distance?
At this very moment, you just hear this. You feel something, a rumbling sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay. You doing anything? You want to take an action or anything like that?
I think I really need to find out a bit more about that.
Okay.
My tells me it could be the fish people in the distance over towards Southgate.
Okay.
So maybe I need to wake up some of the others and tell them what's going on.
Okay. So
I'm going to wake up Killian first.
Okay, you've got to get to where they are at the moment.
All right, so where are they?
They are down towards the cliff edge. So you've got to go down some shaly rock away from the horses and the carts.
Can I shout?
You could try. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, because I don't really want to leave the carts and the things unattended.
Yeah, precisely. I understand.
So, Killian! I'm shouting at you, Killian.
Killian, are you awake? Have you finished fleecing Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you awake or asleep? Have you gone to sleep?
I'd gone to sleep, yeah.
Okay. Can you do your passive perception is?
What one's that?
On your front page.
On the front page.
It's just below your saving throw stuff.
Just below your saving throws.
It's just your perception modifier plus 10.
Yeah. It was the one thing I didn't write down.
It's all right.
11.
Okay. You don't hear this bellow. Matt, what's your Jackson? Sorry, what's yours?
His is also 11, and he will also be asleep.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm about to go on to watch, so you know. I want my rest.
Everyone is still asleep. Sarah, you hear there is no response. There is just the track that leads down towards the cliff edge that's very narrow, like only traversable by biped, you think. And you look at this track for a while, waiting for some sort of response, and nothing happens.
So I'm going to wait until it's somebody else's turn to swap over, and then I'll go and shake people. And go, wake up.
Okay. Make another perception for me, please, Sarah. What was it? Sorry. 9. The rumbling is still there, but you gain no more insight into it at the moment. Killian, who's next on watch? I don't actually know who's next for your watch round.
Will it be Killian?
I think it was Killian, yeah. So
yeah, because I swapped with her.
Killian, you begin to start sort of coming around. You know, it's about time for your watch. You've kind of had your rest. Jax and Charlie are still snoring, and you're very much used to Charlie's strange sound as he snores through his beak his beak nose. You are in like a small cave. Can you make a perception check for me, please? There's a fire burning in the middle, and you're in a cave. Like more like a nook it is at the moment.
17. No, 18.
You see towards it's a kind of triangle shape, and you're like this, and it kind of turns around to the left a little bit at the back, that sort of pointed end, and up in that corner you just happen to glance, and the firelight catches something on the wall, a marking, like a mark on the wall.
Okay, can I go over and have a look at it?
Yes,
I
you can.
walk over and have a look at it.
You look and you see that this has been a place camped in for a long time. Many people have stopped here. It's quite a regular stopping point, it seems. Along with some other camping detritus and bones of animals, you notice that on the wall there is a thick sheen of glossy black, like where the smoke from the fires has formed on the cave.
Okay.
And just at the bottom, you see like a kind of like an L shape poking out at the bottom, like below where the smoke line kind of is.
What, in the black?
Coming out from beneath where the kind of the black is, there's like a little line, like an L shape.
Okay, is there a way to try and get like the black smoky thing off the wall?
You tell me, how are you going to do it?
First thing that came to my head was lick it.
Lick it. That's a classic Killian. Killian licks everything.
And I was like, I can't lick
He
it.
licks everything, Darren.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Even though it sent you into some sort of nightmare void trip at one point. You
Still lick it.
okay.
Well, I've got.
You've got water skin and things like that with you.
Yeah, I know.
Or you could just lick it.
Or I can just lick it. But can I just like carry? I've got that bit of rag that I had the salt in, didn't I? Has it still got salt? I haven't got the salt in it anymore, have I?
What did you do with the salt?
You still put salt in it.
Have I?
You were going to use it on someone. You were going to put it on one of the slugs at one point. It was
Oh
funny.
yeah, of course it was. Yeah, I was
But
still
you
there.
didn't.
So I just like tear a bit of rag off and
Mhm.
clean it with the water from my water skin.
Okay, making it an investigation check. We're going to say just to do the whole thing in one investigation.
She licked it.
19.
You start cleaning, and at first you reveal up from the L, and you realise it's not an L. It's a crude depiction of a leg. And you unveil another leg, and you move up further, and then you reveal an entire body, an entire form. And you start cleaning away the layers of caked on dirt and smoke detritus, and you reveal what appears to be some sort of ancient painting on the wall, and it depicts peoples and a great city and people fleeing from great cities. Lots of small figures in this great city in the centre. And as you clean upwards and upwards and upwards, above there are depictions of stars. And above that, as you clean up, you see a depiction of a pink crystal. More massive than what you'd seen before. This one is multifaceted and gigantic in its manner.
So does it look like the crystal I've currently got in the tentacle?
It's depicted in a pink.
Yeah.
So you would think the colour.
It's the same.
Yeah. You would assume that these are the same. Could be one and the same thing.
Okay. Does the depiction of the city look familiar?
Make a history check.
Oh God, okay. 17.
It flickers in your memory. Some of the shapes are similar to somewhere that you've possibly seen. It's like at the back of your mind that you've seen maybe part of this somewhere on your travels, but you can't remember well. All right. It's your turn for watch, Hills.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I go watch.
Okay, so you leave the cave and you walk up the little slope, scrabbling on the rocks as they slide beneath your dragonborn claws. You manage not to catch yourself on any of the sharp edges, despite it being that kind of dusky time that it gets on Earl with the geosynchronous sun. And you come up and you see that Serial is perched on top of the car.
And she's looking grumpy.
Yeah.
Did you not hear me shouting, Killian?
No, I was sleeping.
Come here, I need to tell you something.
Okay. Kind of slouch up to her like a moody teenager.
Killian does moody teenagers so well.
You know that when they drag their feet and they're like,
yeah.
oh, Mum, you're so bursting. Like that.
Yeah.
That's literally the attitude I've got, just constantly.
Okay.
And Serial's like the slightly impatient and annoyed school teacher who has to deal with this day in, day out.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
Killian. I was watching out and listening out for anything different, and I've heard a rumbling. I think it's coming from Southgate, and I think it could be the fish people. I'm not sure whether it's coming towards us or away from us, but I've got a distinct feeling we need to move, and we need to move now.
Okay, have you told the others?
Nobody would wake up. I had to wait until you were back up here. You stay here. I'm going to go down to talk to the others.
Can you both make perception checks, Killian and Serial?
One minute.
16.
20.
20.
Not natural 20.
Serial, you again now pick it up, and Killian, you feel it in your feet because your feet are bare on the ground. You feel like a rhythmic rumbling in the ground, and Serial, you hear with your elf hearing what you believe to be hooves, like the pounding of hooves.
Ah, right, okay.
It's coming from the road.
And can I work out whether it's going towards us or not?
Again, it sounds louder than the last time we heard it, so it's by that measure you assume it's coming closer. Yeah. It's travelling along the main road.
How far are we from the road?
How far are you off from the main road? You are maybe a sort of 60 odd feet from the main track, off like a little to the side.
Okay.
You can sort of hear this in the distance because it's all quiet. You're out of the forest. There's no real noise on the cliff edge, only the wind blowing through. So that sound, that rhythmic sound, pierces through quite clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Make an insight check, Killian.
That's fair. 13. Sorry, I had to roll
13.
it twice because I managed to land the 20 on a point.
That's pretty skillful. 13. You and you make an assumption that if you were to go back to the cave to get the others, you would not be at the road at the main road, the junction where you came off this track, at the same time as whatever's on the track.
Okay, so can I go to the track?
You're heading to the main road.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to tell?
Are you going to
Sarah?
tell me?
Yes. I had to think that. I was like, yeah, I kind of need to. So I'm going to go up to the main track and investigate and try and see what that is that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go back down and wake the others and kind of prepare them in case we do need to leave? Or
Okay, do you want me to go down quite quickly? Do you think they're going to be here soon?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I'll go that way, you go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ariel, you head back to the caves on the cliff edge and start trying to arouse the people. You walk in and you immediately notice that it's a very clean the back end of the cave, and you see this depiction of a city and a rock falling from the crystal falling from the heavens and people running.
Can I do a quick history check myself?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it. You want to see if you recognise it?
Mm.
Go for it. Yeah, of course.
I can find history.
Yeah, go for it. You tell me.
Oh. 5.
You don't even know if your druid nature has led you to believe that cities are a myth. Cities might not be real in your book.
It's a pretty painting.
It's a bit abstract.
You're distracted by a small fungus next to the painting. So you've got Jackson, you've got Charlie asleep on the floor.
So I wake them by shaking them and shouting in their ears.
Okay.
Get up! Get up!
Okay.
Jax, I know you're not good when you've first woken up, but this is important. There's something rumbling. I think it might be horses coming towards us. Killian is waiting up on the road. She wasn't sure if we're going to get you back in time, but there's horses coming towards us. You need to get up, and you need to get up now. We need to get back up on that road.
I will roll out of bed. I will pick up my maul, and I will start up the sort of path. And I'll probably like sort of got my eyes clear of like crusty stuff by the time I get up to the horses.
Yeah, Charlie goes, what's going on? Very well, Cyril. And he kind of gets up and doesn't. He's just in his robe because he still hasn't bought any armor. I realise, which was a failure at Esterland, or got Jax to forge him some. So he gets up and follows suit up. Very well, horses, you say. Killian, you're approaching the main road now. You've made a dash at it. There are various boulders and obstacles that sort of line this path. So you do see that there is a place maybe you could hide yourself from the main track, but I'm going to need you to make a stealth check to be able to do so, to be hidden.
Oh shit! When's that? I lost it. Oh my gosh, I lost it again.
Hey, have we been
I traded you that.
Hey, have we been asleep long enough to have a short rest?
You will have a short rest, yeah.
14.
14, okay. So you get up to the track, and now it's quite clear that there is something on the track. There is a brow of a hill towards your left, which is the direction of Esterland, and not Esterland, Southgate, and you duck down, and over the crest of the hill, as you kind of crouch down, emerges this beautiful, sleek black horse, running hell for leather. You can hear its breath panting, and you see the rider really completely low slung next to the body of the horse, like almost like they are one, synonymous with the horse itself. You don't know where rider begins and the horse ends. They're riding along, the tails of capes flying behind along with the mane. This horse is being driven super fast. You see it's wearing some sort of uniform. Can you make a history check?
$17.
You believe this is some sort of guilder or a guild's uniform. This person hurtle along super fast. They're nearly upon you, but they see you and say, "Make way! News from the King's Guard! Make way! Clear the track!"
And they're coming from Southgate.
Yeah.
I get the feeling it might be important that you find out what the hell he's asking you to make way for.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get in the way.
You're a great big fucking dragon, just stand in the way.
Of a charging horse. Not a good idea.
Well, if he does the breath, the ice breath thing, it will scare the horse.
Yeah, you'll kill the horse and probably stab the rider.
I don't want to kill it. I'll just
rider, just
scare it.
Rider.
It's going very fast. Like hell for that one.
Can I jump out and roar at it?
Okay, you jump out, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. They're the one thing I didn't write down.
Along with the other thing you didn't write down.
Yeah, the saving throws and the other bit.
I thought we have bones for this thing.
What am I doing? Dex saving throw.
Dex save, yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Well, no, I want you to do an intimidation first and then a dex save, actually.
That's more like it. Intimidation I can do. $24.
Okay. And now your dex save.
16.
Okay. So the horse charges towards you. As you roar it rears up. The horse maybe didn't see you, but the rider certainly did. It rears up, its hooves up in the air, and they stomp down upon you. And you take you're only 2, so you got quite away quite well. You take 2 bludgeoning damage from the horse's hooves. The rider is not deterred and kicks and he says, "You'll be for it if they find out you've tried to stop one of these messages." And it rides off down the track faster than you could ever hope to travel on your little dragonborn legs.
Okay.
Okay, Killian, you need to make sure that you've rolled some hit dice if you wish to restore any HP. Because you've had a short rest.
I literally just opened the thing and it was all.
Oh, you're all right. Yeah. Maybe you didn't get it. I think it was mainly Sarah's playing wallet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
It was you. Yeah, and then everyone was just flinging stuff at it, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. So
I managed to hit it. It didn't hit me.
Yeah, you're standing.
I didn't manage to hit it, and it hit me a lot.
Yeah.
You're standing at this sort of T-junction, and you hear behind you now, Killian, the kind of gruff panting of Jackson running up behind you, followed by Charlie and Serial. And you are at this T-junction. The horses are some 60 feet behind you, back where you tied them, and that's what we've got.
So yeah, when I get up there, horses, riders, what's going on?
There was one horse. What?
Killian, did you manage to stop the horse?
You don't know how many horses there were.
Horses.
Yeah. There was one horse with one rider, and apparently he had a message from the king of the. It was an important message.
From somebody.
Huh?
And he's ridden off.
Yeah, I tried to stop him, but it didn't work.
Pete, can I have a listen for horses?
Yeah, good perception. Yeah, go for it.
No, I can't hear any horses.
Did you get them out special?
No, I got a 6. I got 7.
Okay.
Okay, I can't hear any horses. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going back to bed, and I'm going to turn around, sort of sling the hammer, the ball over my shoulder, and stomp off back to the cave.
Jackson, I think it's only prudent that we all had a bit of a rest. Well, I haven't had very much of a rest, but we've all had a little bit of a rest. So I think we should head off down the road. So the only way we're going to find out what's happening at Southgate is if we arrive there as quickly as possible. And it's dusk now. We can start to see where we're going. I suggest we get packed up and head off down towards Southgate.
It's like a day's travel away.
And the sooner we leave, the sooner we get there.
Okay.
Quickly though, how healed are you, Jackson?
He's looking reasonably battered.
Yeah, I think we need to stay. Jackson needs to rest up. He hasn't healed enough.
I thought, did you do a short rest?
Yeah.
Short rest.
Yeah, short
I
rest.
rolled really badly on my hit dice. I got like 2, so I got 4 health.
Oh.
Yeah, so if Jackson needs to heal up, he needs.
Can I heal Jackson?
There is a way to do this, guys. By the way, I'm just going to give you a DM point.
I was going to say, can I get on one of the horses and chase after him?
You think he's too far ahead now, and your horses are cart pullers, not chargers.
I bet I could make a horse run.
Yeah, but if he's on a galloping horse, it's already going as fast as your horse is going to go.
Yeah.
So he's got however much a lead away.
Not if I turned the road into ice, my horse would fly.
Why don't we? This is partly a question for Pete as well. If we tie the riding horses to the back of the cart, 2 people, one driving the cart, one watching from the cart, the other 2 in the back resting, and when they've had a rest, we switch places so we don't turn up exhausted into a unknown, potentially there was an army of fish people going to Southgate.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm fully rested. I've got full health as well, so I can either be up front or keep watch while you two rest.
I think you only. I'm all right. I've got full health as well.
Yeah, but you need your spell things back.
Do you want me to do your cure wounds? I can do your cure wounds if you need to, or you can just do a long rest.
I'm not going to say no. I mean, if I can take a long rest, I can get all my.
So your plan is
Jack, you've got the perfect idea. You can sleep in the back of the cart. You think that is an amazing idea while you travel and be able to get rest.
You can do 2 on, 2 off, travel through the night, and still get rest, and then switch.
Yeah.
It's a day's travel, so we're going to basically be traveling probably for 2 rests worth at least.
Yeah.
So that's what happens, guys. You kit up this and set up a rotation of travel. Various people sleeping in the back. Jack's going first. Jax is the most battered up, so Jax says wants to get down, gets head down. So everyone can take a long rest, reset all your bits and pieces that you need to. You move along the track, and the road moves closer to the cliff edge, or the cliff edge is closer to you at this point. And it's still a safe enough place to travel, but the right hand side starts to kind of get more raised up the bank on the right. At first it's just a small little area, and gradually this becomes quite a steeper hill, grassland at the moment. Okay, so you can see this rising up to your right. To your left, about sort of 30 feet away, you see the cliff edge, and wildflowers growing along the edge, and the wind ruffling through them, and they dance, a merry dance. And gradually the sun becomes to come up about through the end of Jax's rest. You kind of wake up sort of mid-morning, Jax, and you are up on the cart. You are driving now. In the back is Kills and Serial. You're up front with Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
Charlie is regaling you with the story of Melora and how.
Are you any good at leather working at all?
I don't know. I'll give it a go.
Well, I'm trying to like sort of get the sort of this tentacle thing from the beastie from last night.
Lillian had one of these as well. What is it with you people collecting such strange objects? Who would want one of these?
Me.
Very well. What is it you wish me to have try?
Well, I'm trying to sort of scrape it down so I can have it sort of, I could convert it into leather and then get someone to make it into a belt or a sort of maybe sort of the grip for a weapon or something.
Mm-hmm. So you hand Charles this tentacle and he goes, very well, I'll have a go, and starts hacking away at this thing. And can you do an animal handling, Jax?
Animal handling, I have advantage on that. So this is going to be
Way.
A 3 and a
16.
Way.
Okay. The horses are behaving pretty good with you, but Charles has got head down now, focusing on this thing, and you are trying to quite concentrate on steering the horses and keeping them on the road, and this kind of, the cliff edges are a way away, but the kind of winds might be buffeting the side of the caravan a bit. Can you make a perception check, Jax, with this?
With disadvantage. I rolled a 16 and a 6, so 7.
Okay. You nearly collide with something in the road. You manage to pull up the horses quick while you're distracted round a sort of a near right hand turn. The horses go round first. The cart that you're sitting upon kind of follows, and as you come round this corner, there is in front of you a wooden cart, like a hand-drawn cart that's got two wheels that are shattered into pieces. They've hit rocks and fallen to pieces, and round it you see a human male trying to force books back onto the thing that is tilted at a bizarre angle, but also trying to hold it up with one hand and then trying to put books on it, and then the books keep sliding off every time he puts the thing down, and he's trying to work out the geometry of this, the way that he can get all the books on and hold the thing even though the thing's got no wheels. He's tried putting sticks underneath the handles and they keep falling out. Yeah.
Morning.
That's where Gunther comes in.
You're muted, Darren. You're muted. There you go.
Sorry, computer's playing. Silly buggers.
That's all right. We have this often.
Morning. I suppose you could give me a hand here.
Yeah. Is there a sort of a brake on the wagon to sort of lock it into place, or what?
I've locked it into place.
No, I mean R1. I don't really want our horse and cart running off while I'm.
There are some juttings of rock that you could easily tie the reins to, and that would tie them to.
Okay.
Or you can pass them to Charlie.
I'll give him to Charlie and sort of say, yeah, don't ride off. And
Okay,
yeah,
no problem. Got them.
I'll come and have a look. So you're trying to put books in a cart, and
They're
then
not mine. They're not mine. They're my abbot's. If they get mucky, if they get dirt on them, he's gonna have my hide. They're worth more than the cart, but I need the cart to get them back to the abbot, the church. So yeah, okay, you know, plus it's pretty early. It's been one of those days, as I'm sure you can understand. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Gunther, you know that you were heading towards Southgate also, but more directly towards Mordensow. So Southgate takes you to the ice bridge, which is then Mordensow, and your wheels are off your cart because a rider rode past you very, very fast and made you kind of run off the road and lose your balance and stuff, and caught it on rocks, and the wheels on this thing just weren't up to scratch. Maybe they're not giving you the best cart to take this with you. There is like tarp that you can pull over the top of it as well, a part of to keep them dry. But so that's how you've ended up in this predicament. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, basically just a series of bad luck. I think some arse hat on a black Charger last night, straight knocked me off the road. Best not to dwell on it.
So you want a hand? So if I hold it up, do you want to like load it up? I mean, or put the wheel back on? Or
well, I'll try and put the wheel back on. Just give me a sec. Kind of rummage around the back of the cart, try and find like a wooden mallet or something that I can try and jimmy it back on with.
So Jax is going to tap. He's got a sort of a rune. He's sort of engraved into his sort of leather armor.
Yeah.
He taps it and it starts growing with a bluey, frosty light.
Yeah.
Which gives him bonuses on strength and stuff. And I will then wake up the cart.
Okay. Yeah. This is it's easily drawable by a person. So this is one of those ones like a barrow, more like where you hold it behind you. You're able to lift it up with the books upon it. If you can make me a investigation check first to see if we can find anything that's useful to fix the wheel with.
No problem. Just give me a sec.
No trouble.
Investigation. Cool. 16.
16. There is a mallet and some pegs, and then I'm going to have to make you. So we're probably going to go with. I'm going to go with an intelligence, I guess, straight up intelligence. Or would it be survival? What do you think, Matt, on this? Is survival?
I would assume it was intelligence, and if you had wood crafting,
you'd get
skills. You'd get your proficiency.
Yeah. What have you got any proficiency with wood carver's tools?
Really? No. No.
Okay, so just do a straight up in.
Okay, cool.
Work out how to fix this thing. Should be pretty good for you.
A 5.
You hammer a few pegs into a few holes, but only managing splitting the wood, and the wheel falls apart further. There is now no wheels upon your wagon at all, so it is just now basically a wooden box on the floor.
No, it's holding it at the moment.
Yeah, Jax, you feel it suddenly go. You've got your back. Have you got your back in front of it? Are you watching this go on?
Yeah, Jax will be sort of holding it up in front of him. So
so you're holding it up, and then there's this kind of attempt to get a wheel on, and it kind of shuts a few. It shudders a bit, and a few books slide off towards you, Gunther, and you kind of go. You're trying to juggle them, but you manage to hold on to them. And standing there with an armful of books and a mallet in your hand, you look distraught, basically, because you know you're in big trouble. Jackson, you see the look upon Gunther's face. You haven't met his name, but you see the look upon this character's face of sort of distress and worry. What do you do?
You going that way or that way?
I'll
put the cart flat. You going Southgate or Esterland?
Well, I was heading towards Southgate, I think. got some rough directions here. Split me to go towards the ice bridge.
Yeah, it's like this way. It's on this path.
Ah, right.
We're currently heading that way. He's just gonna turn to Charles and just go.
The Melora would always say, those that are lost at sea are most worthy of saving.
He's going to turn around to this human and go, are you lost at sea?
Any port
It's
in a
a
storm?
metaphor, Jackson, a metaphor.
Yeah, Jackson doesn't see metaphors.
This now sort of tray of book.
Yeah.
How big is it?
The whole thing would fit, but you'd have to sit on top of the books.
Well, what I'm thinking is if I snap the arms off and just have the sort of the back container with no wheels, would that fit in the back of the cart without sort of upsetting Serial and Gillian?
Its width is the width of the benches, kind of thing. It would prop on the edge of the benches, but you think that if you organise the books into the centre of the space, the physical load is able to fit in the centre space of the cart quite easily, and you could sit round it.
Okay. Yeah, I will. You want a lift?
That would be appreciated. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm going to carry the sort of the car back to our cart, our wagony thing.
You going to introduce yourself at all? No.
No.
Is that a stranger under our cart? Not introduce
It's
yourself.
fine. I'm actually. This is an excuse to get on the horse and leave Charlie with them.
Okay, Charlie to do the introductions. Oh, okay.
Charlie's up front with the reins, and he got Cyril. You see Jackson come round with an armful of books, followed by a human male, and Killian. You also see this Jackson's now got arms full of books.
I was trying to leave them asleep, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're still snoozing in the back of the cart.
I've woken up. This is me waking up.
You do your meditation thing, so you've probably already come to. So, Serial, you see this. You think this is possibly the only time Jax has maybe even touched a book.
That's why I'm like, what? Why are you carrying books? Where did the books come from?
Some guy got run over by the guy on the horse last night, so I said we'd give him a lift to Southgate.
Right. What's the guy's name?
I don't know. What's your name?
Gunther.
Gunther.
Right, you've done the introductions then. Okay, I'll head down and say hello and help carry some more books. Be careful with those books. They are books. They're not just bricks. Just be careful with them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of carrying in a big tray of books because in the back of the broken wagon. And I'm going to then try and sort of, tip them into the back of our wagon.
So you see the orc just about to sort of shovel this stack of books into the back of a cart.
Please be gentle with them.
So I didn't.
Are you wearing armor, Matt?
Yeah, studded leather.
Okay. And is this lady, this elven lady, you wearing armor as well? Are you looking... Okay, is it sort of leathers? Is it mail? Is it?
It's leather armor.
Leathers. Okay.
We've not got mail anymore.
No, that's
your character.
That's your paladin.
That's your
paladin.
paladin.
Sorry, I'm getting confused. I've got two characters. I'm getting confused.
You appear well equipped. The human appears to be, I guess, mid-30s. Brown hair. A couple of bits of grey, but it doesn't look like it's from age. It looks like it's from wear and tear. Yeah, stress. Yeah. Wearing sort of basic brown tunic, black trousers, decent boots. Type of boots that you'd spend sort of like, if you were walking great distances. His general wear and tear, the sort of difference in color is like his face and his hands are a darker tan than his arms. His sleeves are currently rolled up, so it's like he's normally his limbs would be covered by something that would stop the sunshine, but his hands and his face is that of someone who spent a great deal of time outdoors.
Yeah.
Thank you for your kindness, sir, madam. If there's anything I can do for you in return, actually, you want to save some weight, I guess. I'll put my traveling gear on, so we don't have to put that on the back of your cart as well.
It's a big cowboy wagon type thing, you know, with a big hoot.
Yeah. With a hood, yeah. You're talking like a Western style cabin.
It's a 2-horse drawn carriage, and there's 2 horses tied at the back.
Oh, cool. It's quite rare to see an elf and an orc traveling together. Are you part of the same guild? Or?
It's a long story. We've been through quite a few adventures. I'm Serial, by the way.
Lovely. Yes, lovely to meet you. I'm a cleric of Pelor. The god of the sun, god of the cycles of the celestial realm. He's known as the Lightbringer. Sorry, it's been a hectic few days, and I really wasn't expecting to be given this job by my superiors, but obviously I've been lumped with it.
What are these books that you're transporting? And why
religious tomes.
You suddenly hear a bellow from the front of the cart. Clerics! Fantastic! Charles got a natural 20 on his perception check.
Oh my god!
The Arakura on the
Arakura.
Yeah.
Can I wake up from the bellow of Charles?
Yeah.
I think it probably you kind of are now kind of and sitting up from underneath a pile of books that Jackson has dumped on. Gunther, you suddenly see a white dragonborn sit up through the pile of books, kind of brushing like one off of his head that sort of sat atop of it.
Good morning.
Care to explain?
I just look at the orc and I look at the elf.
This is Gunther. He's had a few transport issues.
He broke his cart, and I said we'd give him a lift to Southgate.
Right,
Yeah.
get on.
This is why we've got lots of books.
Finish unloading my little cart and grab. There's the last things I pull out of my cart are a backpack with several armor pieces attached to it, a shield, and a mace. The guy's got quite a studious look to him, but the gear he's carrying is obviously, most probably at one point or another, fair to say, it was sort of military grade stuff that you'd be issued if you were part of an army rather than you were a standard merc. It actually looks like it's kind of got like it had at one point or another maybe coats of arms on it or something.
Yeah, some sort of like heraldry or something like that.
Yeah. But it's long since been, the heraldry's long since been taken off and replaced maybe with religious icons instead.
Fantastic. So again, the cart. You've done your introductions, Matt. Where are you, Jackson? Where are you going? Are you going on the horses?
So I was going to go onto one of the horses, and I don't know who wants to drive the cart. If everyone's awake now,
I'll come up and drive for a change. I don't, because Charles is busy with his leather work, so I better drive. I don't want us to hit any more lumps in the road.
Okay.
I don't trust Charles driving. So
Charles has had excellent animal handling roles, actually. So
I don't.
We don't trust him driving.
I don't trust Charles with anything.
Killian going on a horse as well.
Yeah.
So me and Killian go drive, yeah?
No, you and Charles going to drive. I'm going on a horse.
Well, I was actually going to suggest that Charles goes in the back with the leather work, and you get the guy.
Yeah, Charles was going to go and bring the new cleric on board. So Charlie climbs in the back. There is a huge pile of books in the back. you're sat either side of these kind of lengthways benches that run along the sides of this covered over wagon. Jax, are you at the back? Are you watching out the back? Watching out the front?
I'm gonna go up the front and sort of scout ahead.
Kills, where are you going to be?
Matt.
Are you going to be up with Matt ahead, or are you going to be at the back, watching at the back? What are you going to be?
Matt.
Okay, fantastic. So you're running up ahead. Sarah, give us a quick animal handling on the horses, please.
Okay. I think I've got advantage on animal handling.
DM, who's Matt?
Sorry, Jax. Sorry. Ooh.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm
DM.
far away
He
from.
said it 3 times now.
I'm going to be as far away from Charles and his book mumbling as I can be, so I'm going to be up front.
18.
Having to hear
Okay.
that.
Yeah, the horses are perfectly used to you by now. Your elven druid calm comes over them, and you G them, and you start proceeding around this little piece of cliff edge, and gradually the terrain on your right hand side becomes more rocky and steep. So it's gone from a sort of gentle gradient of a slope, and it's kind of tilted like this when you came around the corner, and now you've got near a vertical cliff face to your right hand side with a sort of 30 feet of gap between the road true and the kind of grass and sort of that squishy moss stuff that grows at the edge of the cliff, and then a perilous drop to certain pain if you were to fall to the side.
At some point, can I kind of like sort of get off the horse, go up to the sort of the cliff edge, and sort of have a look out and just see if I can sort of see out to the ice bridge?
Oh yeah. Give us a perception roll to see like what you see as you look out that way.
We need to stop the horse at that point.
Yeah. Well, no, I did. Yeah, I'm on my own. Not much. I got a 9.
You make out that there is a haze over that way. You can just about see through the near end. You see some sort of whiteness that isn't the fog, isn't the mist, is in this kind of clinging to the sea. It's an actual piece of something solid structure.
Okay. Charles, do you want to go for a scout?
Sorry?
There's like fog over by the ice bridge, and I want to know if it's like perfectly round like the one that was at Esterland.
Yes.
So can you go and scout for a bit?
Okay. Do excuse me. I need to do something. It's rather embarrassing. I do have wings, you see. And he kind of stands on the back of the car, holding on, leaning back. You see this Aracora bird-like features, and all of a sudden, from somewhere in the depths of this grey, very sackcloth cloak, out of it come this glorious pair of like wings with grey and blue plumage within it. And he kind of does a backwards flap and he's away from the cart and swoops kind of back and then up and above, and he's flying above the cart now as you are now nearing Esterland, nearing Southgate, sorry, moving away from Esterland. Charlie is going to do a perception to see if he sees anything.
It's the way you just described Charles' wings is glorious, I think you used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That is the only thing that's glorious about him. Otherwise, he looks like a dumpy pigeon, basically.
Has he not got giant pigeon wings?
He's not like your kind of classic Aarakocra where it's kind of got this kind of eagle face. He's kind of more. He's definitely more pigeon in the face than he is eagle. He shouts down to Jax from this new vantage point and says, "I don't see the exact shape of it. There is mist out there, and there is. I think I see part maybe the ice bridge ahead."
Yeah, well, keep your eye out, and as we get a bit closer, like sort of fly above it and look down. Because last time you said you could sort of see it as a
shape.
Yeah.
Very well. So he's flying above the cart now. Gunther, you're on your own in the back of the cart, travelling along, wiping bits of mud off of your books and trying to pull out little rocks that have got embedded in the spines as they've fell off, and trying to basically make it look like they're weathered books from use, not weathered books from being out. Not weathered books from the weather. You have Serial driving the car. The path becomes too narrow on the left hand side, and the cliff edge moves closer to the cart, up to the space of maybe a couple of feet at this point. Can you make that animal handling check for me, Lou?
Yeah.
Serial, stop it. Being really bad tonight because I haven't got you in front of me with your names on the screen. So I have to go.
It's why I was like, who's Matt?
Oh dear. 12.
12. They whinny a bit at being close to the edge of the cliff edge, but you're able to continue keeping them steady on the track. The path is like this kind of rocky terrain now, kind of in the cliff edge. Jax and Killian, can you make some perception checks for me, please?
Yeah.
Wow, double digits.
Oh, you're really pushing the boat out, Jax.
17.
You notice ahead that the side of the track opens out again, but what you're and that the area becomes more grass than it is. Again, this kind of expanse of grass, and what you see sort of spilling down from the right hand side, this huge cliff, is a set of like trees and forest that spill almost right across the track. These are hanging on the side of the cliff. It looks to you, Killian, like at one point there was a track that went out. You kind of look up on the ground and they look like there's something that went out and round this area of forest, but the cliff edge is sharper here. So it may, you assume that it has fallen from here. So basically you are faced with a kind of a cliff edge here and this kind of spill of forest that comes down, and there's shrubs and stuff coming up, leading up to it. The track now continues through this forest area.
We reckon the cart will fit through it, or will the cart go over it?
There seems to be a clear track.
Okay.
That leads into this forest area. It seems like it's had to be diverted due to the landslide. You now come up and you're kind of level with Killian, and Killian's like looking ahead, and you also see that you don't see that the path was. You can just see the track in front of you. Yeah. You don't notice the diversion.
Okay. Can I sort of stop my horse? You carry on, Killian. I just want to have a quick look in the woods. And then can I sort of just tie my horse onto the back of the cart again?
Yes, of course, yeah. So you signal to Serial to slow. Killian, where are you going? Are you sidling up with Jax on the horse, or towards this edge of the forest in front of you?
I just want to check the forest in case we get attacked by one of those things with tentacles again.
Do you want me to wait outside, or do you want me to go in with you?
Well, I wasn't going to go very far. I was just going to sort of see what tracks and things. So if you guys carry on, I can probably run and keep up, catch up. You know, just don't go galloping off, and I'll catch up.
Maybe you haven't described this. The path that leads ahead of you is that leads where you need to travel is going into the forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is you've got an L shape like this. You've got the cliff to your one side, to your right hand side, So your right hand side, you've got a platform like this, and then the cliff edge dropping down.
Yeah.
In front here is coming down off of the cliff edge here is spilling of a forest.
Okay, so we're going to be going into the forest. Okay, then I'll just sort of say wait here for a sec. I just want to sort of check around and see if I can find anything. So I'll just hand Killian my reins.
Okay.
And, yeah, can I kind of have a quick looking for tracks and
you're going to do
sort of big 6-legged cat things? Tracks.
Yeah, you're going to do so survival. Then you're going to be tracking.
Yeah.
Back up, lay down, stop begging.
Gunther, you feel the cart slowing slightly.
19.
Okay. You look into the woods, and you see that where it's spilt down from what looked like it was spilling down, it actually is cut in to the cliff face. You see that the cliff face then changes and goes further right or north, if you like, and that is filled with dense forestry area, like it was maybe like once a valley that went out and maybe went further in previous historic time, maybe out further into the sea. As you peer through the trees, you hear a muffled sound, in a distressed sound, but muffled, somewhere off in the woods ahead of you, and you glance, and you see something silvery hanging in a tree from the trees ahead.
Okay, I'll shout over my shoulder, back in a sec, and I will head into there and pull up the mall just in case.
Okay. You just tell me how you're just going in.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of head in towards it. I mean, I'm not being particularly stealthy. I'm going to try and find out what it is and potentially assist.
Okay.
But I'm getting them all ready just in case.
Okay.
I mean, how far away do I think it is?
You can't determine where that's from. The webs are the silvery webbing that you see is maybe only 30 feet away.
Okay. Well, I'll head up there, and if need be, I'll shout back to them at that point.
Okay. You get closer, and you see that this is a web. This is some sort of web strung up high in the tree.
Okay.
You are closer to the muffled sounds. They sound clearer. It sounds like a voice.
Can I make it out in any way, shape, or form?
It's too muffled. It doesn't sound like words. It sounds like someone trying to make words.
Stuck in a cocoon, maybe.
I will shout back to the rest of the people on the wagons and things. There sounds like someone needs a hand, and there's webs over here. We might want to have a look, and then I will head towards the voices.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm going to tie up mine and Jackson's horses and head in after Jax.
Plenty of branches and stuff, Gunther?
Turn to whoever's driving the wagon and go, needs a hand in what way? Is there something going on?
Serial, you are at the front. You only heard what Jackson said, which was there's someone who might need a help in the forest. And
there's spiders' webs. I did say there's spiders' webs.
And spider webs.
I don't like spiders. Really don't like spiders. Definitely don't like big spiders.
Is that Serial or is that Lou?
Yeah, that's Serial. I don't mind spiders. Lou doesn't mind spiders as well. Serial really doesn't like spiders.
Okay.
And he's quite annoyed. We've come across another diversion because I just want to get to Southgate and I'm getting a bit impatient. Okay. Gunther, do you want to, as I shout back into the cart, Gunther, do you want to stay with the cart?
Okay.
We need somebody to stay with the cart and look after everything, basically.
No problem.
Are you okay too? Yeah?
Yep, no problem.
Serial, you look up and you see Charlie flying above you also.
Charlie? Charlie! Can you hear me?
Yes.
Jackson can see spider webs in the forest and he thinks somebody needs rescuing. Do you want to come down and join us, or do you want to stay on the lookout? It's up to you.
He soars down and perches himself on the cliff edge and says, "I will stay above and see if anything changes. If I see anything moving through the trees, I shall attempt to shout to you. I can see the cart from my aerial position, so the cart will be fine."
Oh, so if you want to keep an eye on the cart, then Gunther can come with us then. Gunther, it's up to you. Do you want to stay or do you want to come with us?
No, I'm happy to come. Just give me a second. Reaches back, puts on a pair of gauntlets, hammer, shield. Not going to have time to put any armor on if I'm going to be of use to anyone, but hammer, shield, gauntlets, I'll do me. Let's go. Lead the way, my lady.
You clunk out and you start charging, heading towards the forest. Are you, Jax? Are you running or are you walking or?
I mean, he's gonna be double moving because until he sees anything, it's sort of
Yeah.
So it's gonna be move and action.
Okay. You're following the road at the moment, and you hear the sort of snorting breaths of Killian running up beside you. And Killian, you now glance up and you see among the trees there are these like gossamer threads of web. Can you make a history check for me?
Yeah.
And Gunther and Serial, you see these two figures receding into the woods, and you're trying to double move and kind of get up with them.
Yeah.
But they've got a bit of a lead on you, probably about 30.
19.
You recognise these. This kind of webbing looks pretty much the same as the webbing that you saw in your very first cave that you went into, where you found the gnome.
Where we found the gnome.
Do you remember all those spiders? Do you remember the spider in the big cavern?
That's why you got spiders.
Yeah.
Pete, can I have a nature on the webbing?
Yeah, go for it. You're going to try and identify from the web what it is. Go for it.
10. Probably come from a spider butt.
You're like, spiders have poop that comes out that's sticky.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to think what.
You just remembered.
Yeah.
When Serial nearly drowned herself by falling off a small waterfall.
Yeah.
Is that the one where we set a light for the spider webs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed, you did. You somehow ignited a whole load of spider webs, and there was a lot of screaming and a lot of upset spiders.
Yeah.
So as you move along the track, you you kind of hear the mumbling, and then you kind of draw. You can hear the sound off to your right into the depth of this kind of valley of foresty type thing, and you are now level with it. So if you were to turn right, you would head towards the direction of the.
Yeah, into the woods is fine.
Okay. Dexterity checks for Jackson kills because they're at the front there.
Just Dex or Dex? Yeah.
Yeah, just straight Dex for me, please.
18.
What's happened to your froze? Yeah, getting lost double numbers.
They don't really count for much. I do okay. As soon as we get into combat, I'll roll 3s again.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. You walk in, and Killian, on your face, you get a web.
Oh.
That's gonna stick to my horns.
Yeah, it's basically like you've got a washing line between your horns of spiderweb at the moment.
Oh, that's so annoying.
We're back to sloppy teenager Killian.
If we're getting closer to the voices, Jax is going to shout out, "Hey, In the forest.
Subtle to brick as ever.
Okay, make a perception, Jack.
A perception. Okay. 3.
You're close enough to still hear the voices, but you hear no change in this sound. You don't recognise anything different in this sound. Serial and Gunther, you are now level with the path. You've seen your new compatriots suddenly turn into the forest and start proceeding along.
Okay.
I didn't quite understand. Have they turned off the path into the forest?
They've turned off the path into the thicker forest.
Okay.
You are now also slowed. If you're running at half because it's quite thick.
Yeah. So do we need to follow them, or maybe go ahead on the path and see if we can get to whatever the other side?
Are you asking that to be employed?
So what do you want to do? Do you want to follow them into the forest, or do you want to carry on down the actual path of the road?
I think following them at a steady pace, not quite as fast as they're going, less speed. Well, let's say it's more speed, as I say. If we sort of follow along at a normal walking pace, then if anything does happen, we can support them, I suppose. I'm not going to make any I'm not going to presume anything.
Any of that?
Are you quite wood savvy, milady?
Yes, I am.
Okay. These webs. Do you know what type of spider they could belong to? If it's a spider at all?
Can I do a history or a nature?
You would do a nature check.
I will guidance that roll for her, if I may.
Yeah, of course you may.
Put my hand on my holy symbol, mutter a quick prayer under my breath, and gently touch your forehead. I roll a d4, don't I, for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a sec. Dice.
Might not need to. I just got a natural 20.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then.
Okay, that was the guidance. You don't even have to roll for it. It just automatically flows. Sarah, you feel this touch from Gunther, and your mind kind of becomes in tune. And you look upon the shapes in the forest, and you see that they are of a thicker variety. It's not just your standard sort of one that would make a web that would be like for catching bugs across it. These would probably be from, you're pretty damn sure that this is like giant spider webs, the creatures that you've previously seen. However, you also notice a regularity to the pattern of this construction.
They're all magic mushrooms.
It doesn't look as natural. Almost like there might be a plan behind some sort of, like there might have been like a housing development officer has had a good idea about making sort of, livable neighborhoods for giant spiders to live in, and they're just kind of testing the waters now.
So they're organised, miniaturised.
Well, there's webs, and they seem to be in, they're not haphazard and natural in the terms of how you've witnessed webs being constructed before. There's some level of higher
thinking.
Higher thinking, yeah, indeed, yeah. Sarah, you need to share that if you wish to.
I'm going to share that information with the rest of the group.
Okay. Jackson and Killian are like ahead of you.
Jackson, Killian, come here a minute.
Do you shout that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oi, come here.
I'm gonna stop and I will wave you up to us, and I want to sort of have a more detailed listen to see if I can sort of get a better idea of. Can I have a quick look at the ground and sort of see if there are?
I want to go to him.
If you wish, I'll follow you.
Gunther and Serial, dexterities for me, please.
But yeah, can I sort of have a quick, if I'm gonna stop and let them catch up, can I kind of again have a look at the ground and stuff and see if I can see any tracks?
This is another point where you would make another survival.
Survival. No,
Pete.
no.
19.
Yeah. Okay, that's
19.
13.
13. You are on your right arm. Some of the thick webbing kind of wraps on your arm, and nearly like coats that gauntlet with this adhesiveness. It's sticky and not very pleasant at all. You catch up with Jax and Killian, and you are kind of huddled. The woods are quiet now. Every now and then you hear this from ahead of Jax. You can all hear it at this point. Cyril,
marching band there, Pete.
Sorry, it's Dima Marsh and the Bureau.
Oh no, Mum got a marching band there.
Yeah, so you need to, Cyril, you have some information I believe you wish to share.
Yes. Jackson, I know you, and Gunther, I know you weren't with us at this point, but when Killian and I started on this adventure, we came across some giant spiders in a cave. That's why I don't like spiders.
Okay.
And I do believe these are the same spiders that we came across before. I recognise the texture of the web they're producing, but these are different. These are more organised, more. There's more structure. Like there's another force in play. I don't know. Maybe they're working on behalf of something else, or maybe there's a queen spider or another entity that is guiding them to make these more structured webs. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I think it's a trap.
I think it could be a trap, and I think the murmuring may be people or other beings trapped in their webs.
Well, back home where I have the little spiders, they like sort of burrow in and they sort of make these camouflage webs and they sort of jump out at things when they get too close to them.
Yeah.
Be that sort of stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised. These spiders we encountered before, they came down from the ceiling. Wasn't that right, Killian?
Yeah.
That is exactly right. They were above.
They came down from the ceiling.
So I think
from above.
I think with the canopy being as it is around us, we have to be very careful and keep looking above. Because I don't want to be ambushed.
Sorry?
How tight quarters is it? I mean, how close are the trees and things? I mean, have we got?
You've got between 10 and 5 feet between the trees as you weave through. Thick brambles, and you've got ferns and stuff coming up to nearly about your waist, which is making it very difficult to see where the brambles and roots are as you're sort of wading in this space. There is the trees are a very thick canopy. So for the first kind of branches that you see are maybe 30 feet above you. That's where the sort of the branch line starts coming out, where you start seeing the majority of the webbing start being formed in, and then vanish off into kind of the mix of leaves and overhanging canopy. around you. You can the track is brighter where you were back on the sort of main road, but still in shadow. But here the foliage is getting rather quite. It's dense. It's dense, I would say.
Okay, I've got the sort of. What I suggest is Killian and I move up. You watch above us and shout if anything comes down on us. We stop. You catch up. And we watch, and we do it like that.
If anything comes down on you, you're not going to have time to react. It's going to be on top of you. They are not slow, these spiders.
Well, like Jackson said, we can do it in pairs, but I can keep a look up with Jackson, and either you can keep a look up with Gunther, or Gunther can keep a look up with you. But we do it in pairs rather than moving as a group of 4, because we're a bigger group then, we're a bigger target, thinking a surface area. We're more likely to be seen. Whereas if we're paired, one of us can keep a look up while the other one looks around.
But what happens if they come down and ambush us?
We killed them.
Sorry, Al. I don't know much about nature, but Sarah, these giant insects, are they usually sentient enough to have an opinion on things? Are they of evil intent?
The ones we encountered before did not seem to be particularly sentient, but I don't know. I think these ones could be different because they're being led. I think they're being led by something. Whether it's another spider or another maybe magical being that's guiding them. But these webs are very much more organized, much more militarian than ones we've encountered before.
Okay. Pete, grab my holy symbol. Quick prayer to Pelor. Detect evil, 30-foot radius. Just to see if I can feel anything nearby. I'll send out.
Detect anything with an evil alignment. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. Anything of I think it's like a bit like we've done it previously. It's a bit like radar. You just get a blip and then it's gone, or blip. You just get that feeling, that vibe.
When you reach out, you feel somewhere in the direction that you're moving that there is an evil intent.
Okay, fair enough.
Hi, Mama.
Hi,
Lynn. Concentration. Can you, if you're concentrating on a concentration spell, can you speak normally? I can't remember. Yeah, you can.
Concentration just means you can't cast another concentration spell, and
you take
damage, you have to try and keep it going.
So sort of hold on to it, and I'll be like, something there, I think, maybe there. Point ahead to where I think I can sort of sense something, just to give the rest of the group that chance.
It's ahead to the right slightly, but pretty much straight ahead.
Okay. Keep an eye on shout if any big giant spiders are going to try and jump on me. I will try and sneak in that direction.
Okay, go for stealth then.
Stealth.
Oh, we know how good Jackson is stealth.
I'm not at disadvantage. It's fine. Just other than my natural rolling abilities. 9.
It's why I raised my eyebrows when he said I'm not at disadvantage. I was like,
Killian, are you moving up with Jack still? Is that the plan? Are you going up? That's okay. Can you do me stealth as well, skills?
Yeah.
And we got very knows where the evil is.
15.
You move up, and as you move another sort of 15 feet forwards, because you're now sneaking. Oh no, you'd be 7.5 foot because you're sneaking and you're in difficult terrain. So you're moving at 7.5 foot increments. At about the 30 foot mark, so now you're 30 feet away from your compatriots. Both of you see movement up in a tree. You see a humongous leg, and then another humongous leg, and lots of other humongous legs. Moving
to the same thing, or
you see 8 humongous legs.
okay, or that may be attached to the same thing. Okay.
They appear all to be attached to the one organism.
Okay. And that's 30 foot up in the.
Yeah, in the canopy up above you. So yeah, 30 feet up, a little bit away. So we're talking probably 40 feet, maybe, because of the angle change.
They can't let us know if they're doing stealth, can they? Because they can't shout back if they're being stealthful.
I'm gonna sort of stop, turn to Killian, and go. Can you hit that where it is?
Yes, possibly.
Okay, well, you do that, and I think the others will notice, and then I'll sort of wave the others forward.
Okay. You've actually managed to hide from this creature at the moment, so you can you can fire upon it, Killian and Jax, if you wish to. With
I'm getting ready with the hammer. Basically, when it looks like it's going to start coming down, I'm gonna bulk up.
Okay. So you ready? Kills. Can you do whatever you would like to do to this monstrous spider that's hanging up in the tree?
I've got Firebolt or Ray of Frost, Jax. What would you prefer?
Fire.
Fire, yeah.
Fire.
That's how we got rid of the buggers last time. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Put your glasses back on.
No, it's.
Do we get advantage because we're hidden?
It's
I don't know.
No, I'm going to say you don't get advantage on it because of the canopy and the difficulty.
Okay. Well, I'm not hitting at it at the moment anyway, so
you would get normally you'd get your surprise,
yeah,
kind of thing, but you're going to get a surprise round on it from kills.
Yeah, what you get?
Outside of it.
What does that look like to you guys?
I cannot see. That looks like a 19.
No.
Yeah, only the 9's painted. That's what I was like. It's 19.
Sorry.
And
okay,
so 5, so I got 24.
You hit. Can you roll some damage for this spider?
Nine.
Okay. There's a bolt of flame fires from Killian's hand and strikes this spider. It shoots through the canopy, and you see it hit it. There's a kind of and a clacking of mandibles. You guys see that going on in front of you, but what you didn't see, Gunther and Serial, is a second spider has crawled above you and is about to drop upon you. Odds are even.
One of us was looking up and one of us was looking ahead.
Yeah, it got good stealth rolls. Can you tell me odds are even, Gunther?
Evens.
Okay. Serial, all of a sudden, upon your back lands a giant spider, and it's going to attempt to have a bite on you.
And bite.
And bite.
And
you get a
bite.
spider hickey.
That's it. And that's basically Serial's worst nightmare. A giant spider flopping onto her back.
Serial hates spiders.
Sorry,
Serial got attacked last time. Why am I so? I'm always the fall guy at the moment, aren't I? Go on then, bite me.
Yeah, I'm using digital dice on a tablet that's like ancient, so it's like.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, you can say, and I'll roll the dice for you, Pete. It's fine. Just tell me what I need to roll.
No, I'm not having your dice rolls.
Get Jackson to do 'em.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
Nope, neither do I.
Okay, so the creature leaps down upon you and gets a 14.
Armor class 15.
Okay, jumps down upon you and tries to get his claws through your thumb. And even with being surprised, you manage to turn around and brush this off. Can you all roll for initiative, please?
Right.
I punched a spider in one of its blinky eyes because I don't like the blinky eyes.
It goes, ah! But your elf hand hasn't had any sort of effect upon it.
Oh, bollocks. 4.
Okay.
You beat me.
Ah.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. I rolled a 2, but I had 2 plus 2, so.
Gunther?
13, boss.
And kills.
Yes, it's a natural.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Okay. And then these get.
I can roll if you want.
You look really like red today.
Me?
Yeah. You've been outside in the sun.
I've been inside sewing all day.
Oh, you look like you've caught the sun today.
No.
Wrong.
He said that to me the other day as well. I was like, mate, I ain't been outside in like 3 days. Are you sure? Like...
maybe you're just hot. Maybe it's still the bug you've got.
I've just had a really hot chocolate. Like, really hot. So...
Can
Okay.
can we take like 2 minutes to nip to the loo?
Yeah, let's have a break.
No,
before
you're
we
not allowed.
Can you pause the recording, Bino? I saw someone with neon pink hair today, actually, in Parental. Yeah, you in front of you there are these. There's a spider up in a tree, squeals at you, William, and you see this beast up in the tree, and you are first in initiative order, so you get to wallop it before it has a go back, mate.
I'm
just double checking. You had two damage, didn't I?
Yeah, you didn't get 2 walloped.
You didn't take any damage. You didn't. It didn't hit your armor class.
No, you didn't take any damage. Yeah, it didn't get you. No, you're quite right. It didn't get you.
I took 2 damage from something else this game. Yeah, I've taken 2 damage. You haven't had any yet.
That was from the rider, wasn't it?
Yeah, the rider.
Yeah.
And you've had a rest since then, so that will have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have gone by now. So, kills. You're up, mate.
Right, so I am going to is it still up in the tree?
It's up in the tree ahead of you. It hasn't a chance to move yet. You've hit it with 1 fireball by surprising it.
Okay, I'm going to go for another firebolt then.
Okay, yeah, go for it. $19. Oh yeah, straight through.
Awesome. $10 max damage.
What? Okay.
I'm getting really good rolls tonight.
You've got 9 and 10 on these spiders so far. You're doing well.
I know.
You hear it screech, and you see part of it smouldering, and it's looking pretty miserable, this beast. And now my web browser has crashed on my tab. You see it in front of you, and it turns towards the source of this raging fire that is now trying to consume it. And it turns to you, and actually doesn't turn its face. It kind of turns its face to you, then tucks its abdomen underneath itself. And what's your AC?
Why? What did you roll?
Tell me what your AC is.
13.
Reaching towards you is this thick wad of webbing, and it shoots right past you.
Oh, thanks.
And crashes into some of the bushes behind you, and there's a huge sticky mess, and then it charges towards you.
Is that enough to trigger my?
That's it. You get all big. Is that an action to do that?
It's a bonus action.
Okay, bonus action. You get big. It's charging towards you. It sees this swelling.
Yeah, I mean, it was what I was holding from the surprise round. Was so Jax is going to swell up, so he's now like 13 foot tall and large, and his hammer gets bigger with him. Yeah, and there's a spider charging towards you, and it's run up to you, and it's in range. That's fine. I was just going to trigger that. Okay, the thing. Your action was to hold, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that was the holding.
I'll come back in a minute, guys.
Yeah, lovely. Behind you now, the spider is on top of, is kind of next to Sarah because it didn't knock you prone or anything. So the spider is again going to go at you with its vicious mandibles and.
I can't even get it back yet, can I?
No, it's not your turn. It will be in a minute, and it missed you with a 9. So yeah, it's your go, Serial Gladronel. But remember, you are in melee, so any spell attack that you do that is a ranged spell will be at disadvantage.
Okie dokie.
So if you wanted to move back, you can use the disengage action to move back, but you don't get an action other than your bonus action this turn if you want to get some distance from the beast.
Yes, I'm just going to move away from the beast so it can't jump on me again. So I'm going to back away 15 foot.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you back up to kind of ready your spells. Have you got anything that's a bonus action that you want to do?
I'm just checking to see what bonus actions I've. Is there somewhere I can see what are bonus actions quickly?
So when you spells, it'll say 1A or 1BA or 1R in a line.
Yeah.
Anything that's 1BA.
BA.
Bonus
BA.
action.
Yeah. So it'll say 1R, 1A, 1R or 1BA, depending if it's an action, a reaction, or a bonus action.
Yeah.
I haven't got any bonus actions on the spells then. Let me see if I've got anything on the nature thingies.
You've got your healing thing, but I don't think anyone's actually injured yet. So
nobody's injured yet. But there's my other stuff, isn't there?
You can wild shape with a bonus action, I think.
Wild shape! I've forgotten about wild shape. We haven't done wild shape for a while.
You were a frog.
Yeah.
Don't wild shape into a frog. Like, even as your DM, I advise you not to wild shape into a frog.
Wild shape into a fly.
Let me get my monster sheet up. Hang on.
Okay. What I'll do is while you're exploring that, I'm actually going to. Gunther, you should have had an attack in there. Sorry, Gunther. Sorry, do you want to have a go at this spider that's next to you?
Gunther does his attack while I'm picking a monster.
Okay.
You've seen the spider drop down beside your new compatriot,
Cool.
and try to get it with its jaws.
Pons.
Sorry, it should have been killing Gunther's bugs. Serial. Sorry.
One sec. Reading up an ability.
Don't panic.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Cool. All right. Okay then. It's in melee, yeah.
Yeah, it's right next to you. It could have dropped on either one of you. It's just the
Right there. all good. I will try and smash it in the face with my mace then.
Cool.
Rolling hits.
Matt, can you send me that link to the animals again? I can't find it.
No, that's a definite miss. 6.
Okay, 6. No, it doesn't get. You're so still surprised of this thing, even though you were kind of half expecting it, as it jumps out of the tree towards you. You swing up and miss. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to take?
No, I'm groovy at the moment. I'll hold my ground as well.
Okay, you stay engaged. Lovely. Okay, then it would have been the spiders. Now it's Serial's. You go.
Yeah. Matt's just finding me the list of animals.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I've just tried using that combat tracker, Matt, on here.
Yeah.
And any browser that needs to refresh when you open the page resets all of the initiative that you typed in.
No.
Yeah, so on a tablet, it doesn't store it in RAM. It saves your RAM by deleting the web page and reloads it. So, yeah, that sucks. So it doesn't work on this tablet well unless I've only got that thing up on the screen. So I'm flicking between 2 tabs and no good.
Right, for your birthday, I'm getting you an initiative tracker. Like,
well, no, I've got it. Normally, I've got it at home. I've got those tokens that I normally use at home. They're perfect when I've got those at home.
you still get confused, though. I think
That's just my natural bumbling nature. That's nothing to do with having tokens to track anything. That's to do with me being an absolute fool.
That's to do with you being a complete Aries.
Yeah, that's just 100% Aries, and it's coming up to Aries season.
It is. I can tell. I can tell by the way Alora is.
Right.
I think I'm going to be some sort of bird, but I don't know whether I can be a bird because I can't remember whether I can do flying.
Because you cannot fly. Not
I
yet.
can be a bird, but I can't fly.
You can't have a fly speed or a swim speed.
Everything with a fly speed or swimming speed you cannot be.
Yeah.
Can I be an ostrich? They don't fly.
Your panther's probably a good choice. I just sent you that link.
Oh, panther, yeah, panther.
Can I be an ostrich? I can't fly.
Well, one of my other characters nearly wild shaped into a penguin the other day. So, like, because there was a big snowbank to slide down. He was like, "I want to wild shape into a penguin and slide down that way."
But I was just thinking of something that would eat spiders. Birds eat spiders. That was my logic.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
But these are giant spiders.
So you have to be a humongous ostrich, and I don't think you can get turned into a humongous ostrich.
Can I get a dire ostrich? I like that idea. Like with massive, like incisors, like inside the beak. Or a were ostrich, like.
I like that idea.
Strangest form of lycanthropy. Again.
Why are were ostriches on the list? I don't. Oh dear.
You're gonna panther? What are you
I'm
gonna
gonna panther. That's boring, but I'm gonna panther.
Okay. So you back off. You move out of the way.
I can't find panther though.
You take the disengage action to do so, and then you are gradually changing into a panther. So while you find that, we're going to move on to Jax.
Okay, it's now closed with us, yeah? Being Killian.
It's trying to close up.
Can I try and get round to flank with Killian? Can I move on?
Are they large? They're really large. It's filling the space between.
I'm large too.
The tree, it's very tight in here, so you'd have to duck round a tree, and you probably have to disengage to get round the tree.
All right, no worries then. I will just straight squarely into the body, try and like crack it in half.
Perfect.
Probably not, but 11.
11, no, you swing and a miss.
Surprise, surprise. So we will take a
Action surge.
Action surge.
Go
Let's
for
have
it.
another go. A 17.
Yeah.
Okay, I will then trigger the fire rune on the mace head.
Don't
Yeah.
eat that.
Reroll those. So the hit is 24 points of damage, 8 of which fire.
Yeah.
And he needs to make a DC 12 strength save or is restrained by this shackles of fire that form around its body.
He doesn't, because as you wallop him with this mighty blow, the spiders like the bit where it's full of webs, your hammer goes into it and explodes with a mass of this liquid solution of gooey clump and sprays out all over you two. You hear yelping from behind you. Make a perception check, Jax.
17.
You see ahead of you a clearing in the trees, and you think you make up something hanging from a tree, moving, wiggling from the tree.
Have I also noticed the spiders attacking the other two?
You hear yelping from behind you, and you.
Yep. I'm more worried about saving them and then worrying about the whatever in there. So can I move over to them? And I'm just gonna sort of basically power through because I'm big and have advantage on strength. So I'm just gonna like sort of effectively.
You can move your normal movement within this.
Shrubbery in the way. I'm planning on just powering through.
Yeah. So you would normally be, if you were charging, you can make your 50.
30 foot is
the
normal move.
You're not sneaking anymore. Yeah. So yeah, you'd be up there. Yeah. So you're kind of charging up.
I just want to get up to them, and I don't really have a bonus action.
Well, you can't dash. So your normal move would be.
It's just a single move. I'm 30 foot normal move.
Yeah. You can probably make it up to them then.
Okay, I will do that then.
Okay, Kills. You see this spider explode in front of you with a mace through it. You also notice what Jax has seen. As Jax kind of glanced through the trees ahead of you, you see something hanging down from a tree in a kind of clearing, very full of webbing. And you hear these screams from behind you, and you see Jax turn on his heel after with like a trail of like this ectoplasmic goop spilling from the head of his mace as you turn round. As he turns round and legs it towards your fellows.
Okay, so how far away is the spider from me then? That's got those two.
It's not far. It's 30 foot, but because of the thick terrain and you not being massive like Jax, you can probably only get within 15 foot. But you've got a 30 foot range to this creature.
So I could shoot fire at it.
You could shoot fire at it.
Yeah, of course you can.
Cool. So I'm going to shoot fire at it.
You are thoughtful. You can do what you like when you fire.
Yes.
Come on then.
Oh, completely missed the dice tray. What is that? So, will a natural 20 plus 5 hit?
Yeah. Really.
Double dice damage.
Yeah, double dice.
So 2d10?
2d10.
With your plus.
My dice rolls are never like this. What is?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your dice roll, but I like it.
I know. Don't know what it is. Pete, you should state your mums more often. That's what it is.
What's that, Mom? She's saying I should stay here because she gets better dice roll. Right.
An 8 and a 9.
An 8 and a 9 with your plus. What to your? Is it 8 and just 8 and 9? Yeah.
Yeah. It's normally 1d10, but because I got an actual 20, it was 2d10.
17.
Yeah.
17 hit. Oh, nice.
Okay. You suddenly see the fire, the beast you tried to strike ignite with flame, and just flames glide all over its body. It reels in pain, and it's now your turn to do whatever you wish to this beast.
Good lord. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and clobber it again.
Yeah.
Let's have a go. Come on. Ah, miss. 7.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's all right.
Again, you swing back on the backswing of that last hit. The flames maybe have singed part of your the blast of the flame blinded you.
I got up there. Did that give him flanking?
It dropped from behind them, so you're kind of maybe
That's away. Yeah.
You're maybe parallel to these guys now. Maybe you're on the side of it.
Okay.
You might be able to get to the edge of it. You could maybe cycle round with your movement.
Okay, that's cool.
We are on to its go. It is going to have a go and bite the one that is swinging at it. Come on. There we go. It goes to bite you, and seems to miss, but not just a miss. It's a critical miss. See what happens.
Bites your shields and all its fangs fall out.
I don't.
I can't see what it's doing anymore.
I'm just trying to find out what. I've got a table here, so. Okay. It goes to bite at Gunther, and bites into your gauntlet. You just managed to raise it up in time, and it is got its fangs not in you, but in a facet of your armor that you have on your gauntlet, and is now you have a giant spider attached to your gauntlet at this moment.
Awesome.
So it's got to make a strength check to try and free itself on its next turn. So at the moment you're like this with a spider on your offhand, basically, maybe into your shield. Did you say you're wearing your shield?
Yeah.
Like attached to the front of your shield is like this spider, more like clinked into your shield.
Awesome.
We are now to Serial. You see the spider bite at Gunther, and now appears to be sort of gorilla glued to the front of his shield.
You have a spike on it? Has it just embedded itself on it?
I see Gunther struggling with the spider attached to its shield, and so I get my claw and I swipe at it to try and not only take it off the shield, but to also give it a right battering.
No, you're 15 foot away. Remember.
All right, I jump on it.
You've changed into your panther form.
I'm a panther, so I've jumped.
Yeah. So are you gonna do that jump attack thing that they can do?
I'm gonna do that jump attack thing. Yeah.
Okay. Give me some.
So if a panther moves at least 20 feet straight forward at a creature, then hits it with a claw attack at the same turn.
So take a 5 foot step back, charge 20 foot forward.
Yeah, you can kind of back up a little bit to get your length, and then do it. Yeah, I'll allow you to. Your panther, it's your same intelligence, so you know how far you've got to run. So, you do that kind of right. I'm ready. Back up, and then give me your attack rolls.
I do that, and I pant So target must succeed a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Do you not have to do your attack roll
We'll have to hit
first?
first, I think.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, it will say actions. D20 plus.
Doesn't say D.
So pounce. If the pouncer moves straight forward, the creature and then hits with its claw attack in the same turn. So you have to make an attack roll with your claw.
Oh, if I do the 1d4 plus 2 plus 4, is that right?
You roll a d20 and add 4 to it to see if you hit the spider.
Okay, right.
Yeah, hit it first and then.
20 plus. Oh, I've lost my other thing.
Pardon me.
No, I can't do it.
I think after this fight, guys, I'm going to have to go because I've got to get up for the school run in the morning. So.
All right.
Was it D20 plus 4?
Yeah. Whatever your D20 is plus
14.
14. Yeah, you hit.
So now, so you do damage. So you're doing D4 plus 2 damage, Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider needs to make a DC 12 strength check.
Spider.
So D4 plus 2 is 3.
Okay. It passes its strength check, so it's not prone.
So it's not prone, so you don't get your free bite attack.
No. So
He does get 3 damage.
It is resilient to your attacks to.
It's got 8 legs. It's reasonably stable.
To the ground. Jax, can you first of all make me a perception check?
14.
You don't notice anything right now.
Okay.
Jax.
Can I sort of move around slightly to either flank with Gunther or Serial?
Yeah, you could easily at this point. Yeah, it's kind of where it's dropped from. It was in front of a tree. You can get behind it, kind of thing.
Okay, and then I would like to crunch down on big ass spider with a big maw.
Crunch with an advantage.
13.
Okay. Yeah. No, you don't. No. That's it. Wait a minute. Let me just double check. Sorry, I think no.
A 6 and an 8.
No. It's a 14 armor class, I'm afraid.
No, I don't manage to crush it, and I have no action surges, so that would be me done.
Okay. So we are around to Killian again. You see this attempt of you see the panther leap. You see Gunther swinging wildly. You see Jackson swinging wildly. This multi-limbed thing. And can you make me a perception check first before you do any attack roll?
I look for another spider, for God's sake.
That's eating the guy in the web. Diagnosed.
It would help if I had the right dice, wouldn't it?
The one that's been rolling lots of 20s tonight is the one to go for.
Yeah, that one.
I used a D12 instead.
No,
I just picked it. I was like, that's the right one. No.
because if you roll that, you won't hit it at all.
Guessing it rolled off the tray.
20. I've got a 19.
Behind you, you hear a screeching. You glance over your shoulder and you see a humanoid form charging out from the area where you saw the swinging bundle hanging from a tree. It has got basically like the head of a spider, but long, like elongated, hunched over with a kind of big, huge gut and a kind of bulbous, almost like a frog-like sac underneath its neck, charging towards you behind you. It's just burst out of that grove. It's now sort of, you moved. You didn't move. It's about 7.5 foot charging out of a grove towards you. It's going to get you in its next moves. It'll be up in your face.
Can I hit it with fire?
Of course you can.
Good response.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what most people will do. Burn it, burn it, burn it quickly.
I'm just loving the fire tonight, guys. Right.
I just see sort of Killian, you know, the kid with the sort of the can of deodorant and a
Like, $22.
Oh yeah.
So. Oops. 10.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay. We are now.
Again.
You are?
We're now.
Definitely use those dice again.
We're at Gunther.
Awesome. Right, so this thing's basically got my gauntlet or shield stuck in its gob, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to give you advantage to your roll because you can move the beast's head right where you want it. It's
Let me
on your shield.
just check my
roll.
character sheet.
You get to roll twice, and you take the highest of the score. Try to get through its AC.
Yeah, 1 sec. Sorry. Just for some reason my character sheet's closed itself down.
And
We
that's
have
that
all the time exiting the character sheet, clicking the
We have
instead
this
of the
issue. Constant.
1 sec. Right. Burning. Here we go. Oh, come on. So.
Go for the popcorn.
Pardon me.
View copy. Go. Takes so long to bring anything up on this bloody thing. Right. Okay. With one hand stuck in its mouth already, I'll just put my other hand onto it and scorching ray straight into its face.
Okay, go for it.
Roll a hit.
You roll to hit 3 times because you get 3 rays with it.
17.
Yeah.
Plus 5, 22.
22 hit.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm just raise 3 rays of fire.
Yeah, you get 3.
Yeah.
You get 3 rolls.
Yep. Oh god, a 7. No.
Second one.
And a 16.
Yes.
Okay, cool. First ray does 7 damage, and second ray that hits does 9. So 15. No, hang on. 7 and 9, 16 damage total.
You pull the spider close, you reach over and out of your hand shoot these rays. One goes awry, but the rest pummel into its 8 eyes and shatter what's remaining of its exoskeleton, and it slumps forwards. And you kind of split the head nearly in 2. So the mandibles are still joined onto your shield in this kind of rictus grip, but the rest of the body kind of sloths away. This half head falls to the floor. You hear a bellowing, and you hear Killian not firing fire in your direction for once. And there is a beast charging up towards Killian behind you. Killian, the beast that is running up to runs out of the this kind of little glade and is going to attack, try and get you basically.
I'm listening. I'm just sorting the cat out.
15 hits. You are out. It fires from its palms some of this thick webbing that you saw fly out of the other one before. This one hits you, and you are wrapped in this thick coating of spiderweb. You are now restrained, which means you cannot move. you have disadvantage on attack rolls, and any creature attacking you has advantage on its attack rolls.
Bring it, bitch.
But that's its action, and it's come up next to you. Guys, you see Killian suddenly mummified in this webbing. Serial, it's your go. Off to your left is a mummified Killian and a charging humanoid spider type thing.
I'm a panther mode.
You are 30 feet away, but you are in a panther form, so you're probably going to be able to move about half the distance up to it in panther form.
Can I not do my pouncy thing then?
Oh, what's your movement as a your standard movement as a panther?
50.
50. Oh, you could get you can get within you're at far nearly distance close to it, because you can get, if you're 50 it's 25. Yeah, you're just out of range for an attack. So
what you want to do, Lou, is move.
Yeah, just before.
Just so you stop 20 away from it, so you can do your pounce attack next time.
Okay.
Something that, or you can like shed your form and cast spells or whatever.
You can deactivate your wild shape as a bonus action as well. So you could suddenly come back out of being a panther and start hammering this thing with spells if you want to try and get it this turn. If you think your pal Killian's about to be.
I think my pal Killian's about to be mush, so I don't want Killian to get hurt. So as much as I love being a panther, I'm going to disengage as a panther.
Okay, you are now a slender druid.
As an action, and I'm going to use my spell of Ice Knife is the one I can use without attacking everybody else, isn't it?
That's the one that.
Ice Knife, no, that shatters.
Thunder Wave hits everybody.
Yeah.
Although it's the only thing over there, so you could, as long as it's the range long enough, you could put it the other side so it doesn't hit Killian, because it's you put the cube up somewhere.
I was going to say it's not the only thing over there.
Yeah, no, but there's nothing beyond. So if you're on the line with the cube and it goes behind you, it wouldn't hit you. It would just hit
Thunderwave emanate. Doesn't Thunderwave emanate from the person all?
I think it's a cube you can put somewhere, isn't it?
Each creature in a 15-foot cube, or yeah, so it's a cube.
Does it have a range?
15 foot.
No, I think it comes out from you, doesn't it? Thunderwave, like.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube orientating from you must make a constitutional saving throw on failed save.
Yes.
It's radial from the character.
Okay.
So, no, you wouldn't hit it anyway. Probably 15 feet.
Right.
Not near enough.
You could move up 15 foot and then hit Killian and the thing.
No. Why?
Because that's what Thunderwave.
Because I'm not next to it in the area effect, and it's normally me.
I've been good to everybody this game.
Yeah, Killian,
amazing dice rolls.
Killian, you've been very tame.
You've got your produce flame. You've got your frost grip or whatever it is, isn't it?
You got burny stuff.
Oh, frostbite and produce flame. Yeah. I'm going to,
Flame.
as Killian's being very good at flame, I'm going to do frost.
Thank you. Right, cool. Right. Yeah. Okay, so make your attack roll. Yeah, you're right.
5. I'm interested.
Yeah, go to sleep. Yeah, it's rest up, Mum.
It's
Come go to bed,
con
everyone.
Night, everybody.
Bye. Sleep well, Mama.
Oh, well.
Pete, it's a con save.
It's a con 13, Pete.
For what's the DC?
13.
Oh, sorry, 13. I didn't hear that.
13, yeah, con 13.
It makes an
Oh, that's
no, it doesn't. It doesn't make its con save. What happens to it?
So it takes 1d6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the end of its next turn.
Okay. What's it?
Two.
D6? 2. Okay. Cool. Lovely.
little bits. I'm just hitting it.
It is now Jax.
Jax, can I make it back to the bug thing? That's
You can
attacking
probably
it?
make it back with your thunderous mass.
Okay, can I try and smoosh it into the ground?
You may.
I mean, I can't get round enough to flank with Killian yet, though.
No, not with you're at your max reach at where you are.
I will try and smoosh it into the ground. Well, in fact, no, I'm going to try and like bat it away. So, you know, sort of come in and sort of try and golf swing it into the distance. 18.
Oh yeah, come on, double digits, man. Love it.
15 points of bludgeoning, crushing damage.
Okay. Okay. Lovely job. It's standing still. It is now Killian. You are kind of wrapped in a web. In front of you is this hulking creature. You can attack still, but you are restrained and you can speak, so you can do stuff as normal, but you just have disadvantage, I think.
Is there an option of taking an action to try and free out of the web?
You can try and break free of the webbing if you wish. You need to make a strength check, so straight up strength kills, but that would use up your action to break free.
Or you could just say fuck it and breath weapon.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if it's not covering my face and I'm still able to speak, surely I can use breath weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't have to hit, do you? Because it's me doing a con save, isn't it?
It's a save, isn't
Exactly.
it?
Yeah, then you don't. Yeah, I just have to make a con save. What's the con?
10.
DC 10. Okay, let's see if it. Yeah. So you're wrapped up. You got covered in goop, and you just go. Poof.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it safe. Okay, go for it.
Where's my other D6?
It got a 1.
Oh
Plus
dear.
1, 2. That's
So,
good.
Dragon monster.
2D6.
Yeah.
A 6 and a 4, so 10.
Okay, this creature is now enveloped. As you see, Jax next to you, you see this kind of mummified Killian, but just out of somewhere in this webbing, you see this jet of cold shoot out from it. Even though restrained, Killian is just being absolutely ballsy and just fires this ice at the creature, and frost begins to form upon its chitinous plates of its body. It's now Gunther's turn. You are about 30 feet away, but you can only move half of that at the moment because of the under.
Cool. I'll hold where I am and I'll guiding bolt it.
Yeah, cool. Go for it. Roll to hit.
Yeah. Oh, 23. Cool. And damage 4d6. 17 radiant damage.
Over your shoulder, Jack, you see this bolt of light. Is it radiant or is it lightning?
Guiding bolt of it. Yeah. Range attack. Yeah, it's pure radiant damage, pure holy damage.
You see this kind of holy glow shoot over your shoulder, the color of sunbeams, and the creature is lit up, and it screeches, its eyes close, and it's where it's been frozen. Those now form into cracks, and this creature, outer shell, begins to crumble away like it was like an ancient statue and falls to pieces onto the ground. And you are now out of initiative. Everybody, you have defeated this
Awesome.
this little gang. So you have now it goes quiet.
While I'm still big, can I try and like let down the wriggling?
Okay. Yeah, you walk into there. Can you make me? How are you getting it down? So this is going to be quite important. So
I mean, how big is it? How high is it?
It's hanging about 5 foot from the floor.
Yeah.
So it's kind of at your chest / eye height. It is a cocoon about 4.5 feet long, with a kind of tendril that goes up above that is to the web.
So what I want to do is get hold of the web tendril above the cocoon, break the web above that, and then
Yeah. Okay. So a strength
that down.
Roll for an attack roll on it, and then no, just your damage, because you don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably just use the hand axe to sort of.
Yeah. Hack it. Yeah. Just a damage.
12.
It sloths away quite easily through your axe, slides through it, and then you have this kind of cocoon that is wiggling in your arm.
Yeah, and then I'll sort of lower that down to the ground before I sort of shrink back down, because yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Gradually, you feel the magical energies from the room ebbing from you. Everybody moves up towards this kind of glade, making your way through the bracken and fern into this sort of clearing. This clearing is absolutely smothered in webs. This feels like very like make an insight check, Jax, because you went in there first.
5.
You don't know what this is at all. So there is now a wiggling cocoon, a mumbling cocoon of spiderweb on the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna then try and like sort of start trying to rip it open to see what's inside it.
Yeah, and also Killian is just still in the forest at this point.
Grab my knife and go and try and cut the poor dragonkin out of the webs.
Okay. That is a strength check for me, please.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to go over to Jackson and you can help with.
Yeah, you managed to pull the webbing away from Killian. Killian breathes less restrained. And what do you do, Killian?
I turn around and check that my tail's okay.
Oh,
your tail's fine. Your dragonborn tail is fine. You've got this new companion who's just freed you from this thing.
It's like priorities, my tail. Then
Fair.
then I don't say anything, but I just put my hand on his shoulder and kind of give him a slight nod.
Ah, yeah, lovely. So back in the glade where Serial has moved in, there's a process of unwrapping this thing. Again, it's a strength check, but I'm not going to even. You can do a strength check on it if Jack's for me with assist, because Serial's with me.
Natural 20.
It's like unzipping the most lubricated sleeping bag ever. the zip comes down. It's like, this is fresh out of Mountain Warehouse. It comes down and comes apart, no problem at all. And inside, there is a creature with pretty much naked top half, but a jacket on, like a kind of it's naked, but like the jacket is open with long brocaded sleeves, and the bottom half is what looks to be a goat.
What looks to
What
be
are
a what?
you?
A goat.
What are you?
He said a boat. That's why I was like, wait, what?
What am I? I'm Umbra Fullstank. Is what I am.
what's he called?
Umbra Fullstank.
Are you going to spell that for us?
To us.
UMBRER.
UMBRER.
Yeah.
Fool, FOOL.
Yeah.
STANK.
Umbra full stack. Okay.
Umbra full stack.
Goat man.
Well, yeah. What are you? And it's all right. The spiders are gone.
Yeah, we got them.
As long as
Gone?
there's 2 spiders and some weird-looking Spider-Man thing.
Gone? I think not. We need to move.
I'm going to point him to the splatted spider, that sort of thingy in the splatted Spider-Man.
You think 3 spiders built all this?
Oh.
They didn't.
I think he's right. I think we better get out of here before some more of their friends arrive.
I don't. You see, the big one, the humanoid one. It's possibly taken. Well, I don't have my gear.
Where would that be?
Make a perception check with advantage because everybody's looking around, I guess.
Can we
Jackson or us all?
Ariel?
Yeah, Serial, have a look for this. So, Serial, you do it with advantage.
Yeah, because mine's slightly better than Jackson's. Just slightly.
I was curious. I got a 12, but yeah, no. I'm passing the buck to Serial because yes, yeah. See?
25.
You see in amongst this construction of webbing, so just above the sort of tree line, the kind of branch line that I was talking about, so up maybe 40 feet in the tree, you see like a cocoon, a shape but bigger, with a hole that is big enough within it to have contained one of these spiders.
Right.
And out of the bottom of it, where it has been sort of severed, maybe, or but hanging from the bottom of it, you see the blade of a sword.
Oh, okay. What's your name, Goat Man?
Umbra Fullstank.
Oh yes, that's it. Umbra.
Yeah.
I think, is that your sword up there? And point to it.
He looks up where you're pointing. Hey, looks like pretty much, yeah.
Can we fire something? Can I fire one of my weapons to try and get it down?
You're going to try and shoot the nest out of the tree?
Well, I don't think I can get to it. Is it quite high up?
How's it attached? Can you not fire?
It is up in the tree branches, and there's kind of like bits sticking here to branches and bits sticking here, like it kind of.
How sturdy does the tree it's on look?
This is a big base tree. It's going to take some while to hack it if you were to cut the tree down.
I wasn't thinking of cutting the tree down, but that's a good second plan, so thank you for that. What I'm thinking is, if I am big, so back to 13 foot tall, my stuff.
Go back big then.
I can do it twice a day.
Okay.
What I'm thinking is, if I can sort of hold the tree and point myself up, can I kind of push my sort of hammerhead into the? You said there was a hole that looks like they come out of.
Yeah.
Basically, push the hammerhead into that. So I'm assuming there's going to be a fair old amount of reach on that.
Yeah.
And basically try and wedge it to something and pull the whole thing down.
Give it a go. Yeah. So you're kind of using this as like a hook, using your hammer as a hook to kind of yoink it out of the tree.
To yank the nest out of the tree.
Yeah, I didn't know you could go big twice. I was going to just shoot it out of the tree, but
yeah, I've got 2 of them a day.
Okay, yeah, so you can grow big, and I'm going to make you do kind of like a strength check. You're going to try and pull this out of it. If you just sheer force trying to pull it down.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm going to start, and then we'll see where we get to.
while he's doing that, can I go and get some spider venom?
You may indeed go and make a nature check on trying. You haven't got any vials left.
Something got every single monster we kill, don't you?
Well, I rolled a 14 and a 16, so 19 in total.
Yeah, the nest begins to shift, and your hammer is kind of actually sticks to some of the sticky part of the web, and gets tangled, and you pull it down. Can you make a dex for me?
Just a dex check.
A dex saving throw, getting out of the way as you pull it down.
10.
The whole thing, the hole that you have hooked it in, now kind of falls and lands on top of you. You are now stuck inside of this thing. You are now counted as restrained. Out of it by your feet tumble a selection of things, and you are restrained within this thing. Killian, sorry.
Could I possibly put it in my water skin?
You could empty your water skin and try and extract some spider venom. Remember, your cart's loaded. Your cart's loaded with shitloads of provisions, so you're not probably too worried about water right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Can I do that then?
Yeah, so a survival to see what you can if you harvest successfully.
Right.
Every monster we have to take something.
Sariel, can you do that ice dagger thing more than once? Or
yes,
any other
I
sort
can.
of cold attacks?
I can. I've got it as a cantrip. I'm pretty sure. Let me just
Okay.
double check.
My thought with our gigantic friend over there is if those spider webs are moist, is the nicest way I can put it. That we try and freeze that ichor and then try and chip it off him, because I don't think I'm strong enough to pull that off him. So
I would have tried superhero.
I've got a feeling he's going to hurt himself otherwise, but if we can maybe try and make it more brittle, if you know what I mean, make the webbing brittle that's around him, and then try and chop him out. If you're able to do that, you seem to be much more.
I'll do frostbite then.
Yep.
No, is that right? No, am I doing the wrong thing?
I think any kind of frost attack might.
Well, not ice knife though, because ice knife is got this shooter thing. That's the problem.
No, I want to do the frostbite. You cause numbing frost to form on one creature that you see within range.
Could you use that on the stuff surrounding?
I think that is absolutely a feasible method of using frostbite. Yeah.
Cool.
Out of combat, it's perfect.
19.
You managed to fill half of your flagon with some hideous venom.
Okay.
Well, if Sariel can freeze it, I'll try.
There's a process where you figured out that you have to reach inside the spider's maw and squeeze this small bladder inside, and it milks out into the thing.
Not bothered.
Killian wouldn't be. Killian's got a tentacle with a crystal wrapped in it that's slowly rotting. So.
Yeah, I'm currently using like the tendons of this tentacle to like grip this thing.
Gunther, she has to harvest something off every single monster that we get.
He hasn't licked them yet.
If the lady has a hobby, that's entirely up to her.
Yeah.
The outside of this, the Jackson chrysalis is now crispy.
Can I try bursting?
Straightforward strength check, please. Then.
16.
You strain against it, and at the edge of your strain, it cracks. It doesn't explode magnificently, but it cracks, and you kind of get your fingers in, and then pull it out, and it sloths either side. You are now standing in a pile of detritus and stuff around you.
I will brush whatever gunk is in my hair out, and then have a look around at what I've pinyated onto the floor.
You can make an investigation. You look down immediately. You see husks of bodies. You can make a nature check if you want to figure out what kind of
Toby's.
More
Probably not. 10.
It's smaller than you, which isn't
Both
saying
people smaller
much.
than her.
But you just like
I'm
that was probably
smaller than
squishy
you.
anyway.
So,
Is it smaller than him?
They are humanoids. They are bipedal in shape. Do us your investigation check then, please, Jax.
11.
11. You find the satyr's things and a bag of gold coins as well. You're not sure if this is his or not. The bag contains. Hold on, I'll tell you how many. It contains just 4 gold, small amount of gold in like a light purse. Rest of you see that Jax is kind of wading through a mass of like bones and things, and is kind of searching through and pulls out a rucksack. And as you do that, this half a goat creature shouts out, "That's my pack!" And you then find a sword.
Jax will throw it at him.
He kind of catches it with the force that you throw it. He catches it and stumbles, nearly falling over backwards into the case that it was in previously. As you pick up, there's a jacket that looks like it's of a matching ilk, the same sort of fabrics. As you pick it up, you hear it clatter slightly.
Okay. I'll hold it up so you can see it.
That's mine as well.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
You chuck it over, and it clatters to the ground in front of him. He didn't quite catch that because he was already holding a pack that you'd sort of rugby passed to him. He picks it up and puts it on. Make a perception check for I'm going to say any in the other group because they're close.
I will do it as I've got perception +5.
Actually, all 3 of you can do it. See what you see.
Oh, okay.
while they're doing that, is there anything else on the spiders I can have?
No. You think you've harvested as much from that spider back out of the clearing. Gunther and Serial can both make perceptions.
18.
18 and Gunther?
Sorry, 1 sec. I am going to have to stick this character sheet to... It's closed down again.
It's all right. It just happens. It's so awkward. Are you on a PC with it or?
Yeah, but I've got a lot of stuff running. Perception, yeah.
Yes, please.
I've got 89 tabs on my Google Plus.
An 18.
An 18. You both notice that as he swings the arm of his coat, like the entire inside of each lapel seems to be dangling with like leather thongs and objects on the end of it.
What have you got in there then?
Me charms and things. We've got charms. That's what I do. I sell charms. Oberfuchs, paddler charms, and a fine singer at that.
Oh.
An electrical by the sound of it as well. And
I'm not a leprechaun. I'm a satyr.
Okay. Have you got anything that could help us on our quest? We are heading over to the Frost Bridge at Southgate, and we're trying to stop the fish people who have are on a mission to go and destroy the Frost Bridge before we can get there. Is there anything that could help us on our way, please?
You've freed me. I mean, you're welcome to take a charm each. Come on, you've just released me from this. So each of you can make an investigation check on the satyr's charms and have a look at them.
14.
14.
17.
Okay.
Station.
Jack?
Natural 20.
Hey.
Am I done with the detritus?
You are with the detritus, but he's offered you to have a look through, so we can sort of we can go back and you can have a look through again if you.
11.
11. Okay. Jax, sorry, Serial, you see a small metal pendant that is wooden pendant that's painted green. It is in a shape of a leaf with little tiny vines coming off of it, and this reminds you of your home in Gargamel, and you choose that one and take it from the load.
Can I do an investigation or no, a Arcana check, please?
Yes, you can.
15.
This object seems inert. It seems like a pretty ornament.
Oh, it's not magical.
It seems to be nothing of importance. Jax, you see a symbol that is almost akin to a warhammer. And you take that one, and you can welcome to do Arcana, but I can tell you now it's not magical. Let's see if you think it's magical.
Oh no, no, it's not. It's just it's a hammer necklace.
Killian, you find a symbol that is it's not really a symbol. It's just more like a pattern on a diamond. It's like a set of scales on a diamond shaped pendant, but they are kind of pearlescent and white, and it reminds you of your very own kin. So you take that one. Gunther, with your amazing roll, you see among the clattering and things, you kind of flick through the thongs, and you see a key on a thong, but you're drawn to it, and it has on the top of the key it has a question mark, and you take that.
Okay.
You're welcome to Arcana it if you wish.
Sariel, are you knowledgeable about magical items, or any of you?
I'm pretty good on Arcanas. If you'd like me to do it,
If you'd have a look, I'd be very grateful.
18.
Oh.
You know this to be what is known as a mystery key. So, Gunther, if you go onto your equipment, you can add that to your sheet. Just search mystery key. I think it's in the DMG, so it should just pop up.
Okay, cool.
So Serial informs you it's a mystery key, and what this does is, if you have a locked door, it has a chance of opening it of I think it's 5%. So if you've got a door that's locked, it vanishes after that, but you can roll percentile dice, and if you're in the 5%, you unlock the door, and then the key vanishes. But you can only try it once on each door. You can't multi-try it. No, it's not like it doesn't work that way.
You can try it on multiple doors, can you?
You can try it on as many doors until it unlocks one door, and then when it unlocks one door, it disperses into the ether. Okay. Okay, yeah, there's a pile of stuff in the middle of this space. And there is the satyr, who's now looking around, looking rather nervy at the web.
Okay. If there's nothing more in the random gunk, are we going to head back to the cart and get out of it?
You've done your best check to look around inside this stuff, yes.
Can I have a quick look investigation before we go with the stuff?
Yeah, you want to go and kick around in a pile of webbing and stuff? Anybody's welcome to go and have a peek if they want.
20.
20. Inside there, Serial, you look. Is it a nat 20 or just a 20 with an ad?
20 with an ad.
Okay. You find one of these goblin-esque skulls that you kind of reckon is probably a goblin. And somehow inside it has been stowed another little pouch of gold that Jax missed. It was actually kind of inside one of the eye sockets. And you get 22.
Ooh.
Anyone else having a little look in this pile of stuff?
I think Killian's looking a little bit sleepy. You're right, Killian.
I'm always sleepy. Can I have a spider pincer?
Like what, a mandible?
Yeah.
You're just basically the butcher of the group. Yes, you are quite fine for you to go and try and have another survival check if you can get a pincer off.
Have another.
Are you having a look in this stuff?
We'll look at the stuff first, and then go and chop bits off the spider.
Gunther, are you having a look in this stuff or?
No. What I will do is Jax, have you got any torches?
Yeah.
Could I have one, please?
Cool.
Light a torch, and with as much common sense as I can muster, just literally try and start to clear some of this webbing away from the area. Because if there are other things living here, I want to make it as inhospitable for them as possible. I'm not planning on like burning the forest down. I just want to kind of clear as much of the webbing as I can from the area.
Okay, roll me your percentile dice then.
Oh, blimey. Hang on a minute. Oh my god! It actually...
that percent of the continent.
no, it actually stayed active. Good lord. Roll. 90.
90. You gingerly start setting light to this webbing at the bottom, and you start round the pile of the stuff that Jax climbed out of, and that bit starts smouldering quite well and burns a little quicker than you were expecting. And then you go around and light a few more bits next to a tree, and you go in this kind of little clearing, and you turn your back to face your party of where you've entered, and you turn back and see that this bit that you've lit in the middle is now quite a raging fire in the centre. You are now the other side of the clearing, looking back at your friends. You can circle round it.
Yeah.
Can you make a perception check for me?
I'll have a go. Perception. Natural 20 plus 3.
Oh, in the fire that you have now lit, you see that some of it has melted or evaporated away. You see shining a ring.
I know I'm not fast enough to get that out. Guys, there's something in that burning carcass. It looks like a ring.
Would you like me to fire some ice at it to stop it burning?
If you could, that'd be excellent. But yeah, it's
okay.
Interesting.
I'm going to do that with it's con 13. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, well, it hasn't got a constitution. It's a solid object, really. It could do with some sort of resistance back. But you cast a spell and you are able to cool the flames over this thing, and you notice that there is a ring on the ground, Gunther, and it hasn't got any frost on it.
Interesting. Sariel?
Would you like me to pick it up and do an arcana on it?
Yes, please. If
is that what you're after? Yeah.
To be fair, you've done more work to retrieve this than I have, so.
I will do that then. If I get the right screen up, that would be really good. No, not that one. Oh, yeah. 14.
14. You look at this item. You're not sure about it, but it feels kind of a little bit warm in your palm, and you pass it back to Gunther.
Is that it? I thought I gave her 14.
Yeah, keep it, Sariel. I've no use for jewellery. I'm a man of the cloth. But yeah, I mean, you did more to retrieve that than I did. All I did was set light to a couple of things. You're the one that cast the magic on it, so it's yours. Have it.
Killian, what did you get on that survival for your mandible?
I couldn't hear what you said, so I was waiting until.
Oh, sorry, survival for you. Just so you can hack off that mandible.
Okay. I was just waiting until everyone else was done. I was enjoying.
Can I not investigate my ring to see what it looks like, or can I just get more what it is, apart from it's a ring?
It's pretty much a plain band, and it just feels slightly warm in your palm. You
Is
think
it gold?
You think it's a bit odd because you've just fried ice at it. Killian, tell me what you got.
18.
Yeah, you now have a Spider-Man. Tell me, are you going for the sack as well, or just the mandible?
Oh God, you're giving her ideas now.
Is that the sack that I've emptied?
This is the mandible has kind of got like it's a hollow device, and it has like a gland that is squeezable that you ejected the fluid from.
I'm going for both things.
Yeah, so you reach inside where you've got purchased before and kind of slice along the top of the roof of this creature's mouth and sever from it a gland and a attached tube that goes to a chitinous black hooked spider venom type spider's mandible, basically.
That is music to my ears.
It's not hard because you're going to start to smell. You've got all these gross things you're carrying around with you now.
Start to.
What'd you say?
What do you mean start to? Tentacles been rotting for about a week.
Yeah, the rotting, the tentacles probably pretty foul. As you're searching through, you've not been paying very much attention. And your newfound safety friend says, fellows? And as you turn around, you see that the flames are getting worse and worse. But also you see movement off in the trees behind you. A great deal of movement.
Further into the forest or back towards our car?
Further into the forest.
Okay.
Let's go the opposite way. Let the flames take over these webs and anything that might be up these webs. And let's get back to the carts, are we? Quickly.
Okay.
Are you legging it, Mr. Fullstank, or do you want to lift in the cart to Southgate?
Southgate, anywhere that's not these webs will be fantastic.
Okay, that away.
So you start moving. Behind you, the flames start. The web seems to be most flammable. You see multi-legged coming out of the forest towards you, and there's more. There are more than humanoid-shaped ones that are attempting to put out the flames. But there is a large majority of these giant spiders coming towards you, charging out of the forest, screeching, chittering, their legs running up the walls of the trees, hanging upside down from the ceilings of the branches. And that's where we're going to end the session for today.
I was going to produce flame and flame them, but okay, we'll do it next time.
Do you want me to start?
Yes, please. Lovely.